Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're watching this. I'm Mary Ellen O'Shaughnessy. I'm the president of the Yachats City Council, and I'm here today in place of our mayor. So the first thing we're going to talk about is signage. Prospect Park, we've got some signs that are going to go there. They include trail markers, parking signs, and park signage has been designed, ordered, and ready to be installed. The wetlands plan identification signs have also been ordered and soon will be ready for installation. These signs were part of the project by Parks and Commons. So these are signs that will be in the wetlands. Many of you, I'm sure, walk through there and have no idea what the plants are. So this is going to be a chance to really learn what those plants are. So I think that's a valuable addition. The big news is the trolley's in town. Yep, the trolley made it here. Many of you probably seen it sitting out in front of City Hall. The decals have been ordered to be put on the trolley. The grand opening was last night, which was the 20th of November, and it was really a really nice program. I want to assure you that we did have grants that paid for the purchase of the trolley, and we are going to use our visitor amenities fund to pay for the upkeep of the trolley and the driver. And it will be housed in the first student bus garage for storage. So the trolley is here. It operates from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And so I think it's going to be a good addition to the city. And actually, I've heard that some of the other cities around us are jealous that we have a trolley. So anyway, the trolley's here. The Parks and Commons Commission has been engaged in a long discussion about defining its role with the city. And probably within the next few weeks, they will have an idea of what it is that they would like to be doing. They've been instrumental to so many projects in this city, and hopefully, I have no doubt they will continue that in whichever format that they decide is the way it should be. The ADA restroom is being worked on. It's the addition to the north end of the Commons. It's now underway. Construction began November 10th, so I'm not exactly sure when that will be done, but that's something we've needed for a while, so I'm happy to see that we are getting the ADA restroom. The Peace Park bench. First of all, I'm going to explain to you where Peace Park, say that quick, bench is. It's if you go down 7th Street, you're going to see that cute little red house. I'm going to use my hands now. And then you go right, and there's this very small trail that leads you out to the ocean. And to the right of that, there used to be a really kind of funky bench, but unfortunately it outlived its usefulness, and it actually was getting to be dangerous. So we ordered a new bench, and it was designed by a local artist from Seal Rock. And the project was initiated by the Parks and Commons Commission after they noticed, again, that the original one wasn't working. And Public Works removed the old bench and prepared the pad for the new one. So you might want to take a walk down there. As I said, it's a Peace Park. It's right, what that would be, south of the little red house. And it's a beautiful view when you go out there, besides the fact you now have a great bench to sit on. And also the Peace Pole is there. Community development grants. We have a number of nonprofits here that have asked us for money over the years. And this year we got a little more organized about it. And as a result of our 2025 council grows, the city started community development grants. So now what happens, the nonprofits can apply through this grant program for grants. They were due on October 20th. There was a selection committee of professionals from Lincoln County. So I thought that was also a positive, that they weren't people there within the city, but from Lincoln County. And they scored it, and they had a rubric that they used and how they judged it. So those have all been awarded. And if you go to the city council webpage and look within the documents there, you will see who was awarded the grants. So I think that's a fair and a much more reasonable way to do it. The library and Little Log Church Museum, it's coming along. I think we're all anxious for that to be done. With any building project now, there's usually a holdup because they can't get the materials they need, but it will be done, I think, next couple months. So we're going to have that to look forward to. Also, we've had complaints and concerns that have come to us about the cars that speed through Yachats, that there is some problems, especially with people coming in, I think sometimes from the north or from the south, because you come around that bend. I even find myself that I have to slow down because you're going kind of fast. So what we're doing is being part of what's called the traffic calming movement. ODA has approved our lowering the speed limit to 35. Many of you have noticed, just as you go out of town, if you're going north, that it's 35 until you get to the galleries. I think it's 55. So that's going to be really, really helpful. And I've noticed people are slowing down. We also have a mobile piece of equipment that tells you how fast you are going, and you can't miss it. I think it has a red light on it. So that's, again, that was something many of our citizens brought to us, that they were concerned about that. So we're doing the best we can to try and do that. And it does seem like people are slowing down. The library. I know that was another area where some people thought we need a new library, some thought we didn't need a new library. I think the library is the foundation of any healthy community. So that is something I've always believed in, is the library. And it's going to be done probably sometime in early February. Another big announcement that I think is fun, the basketball hoops are up. Now, in that I'm like 5'2", well, that's probably prior to aging. I'm probably like 5'1" now. I think that's going to be good for our citizens because it's a good activity. It's going to be open Tuesday and Fridays, 3:30 to 5 p.m. Maybe we can, form some teams or just go over and shoot the baskets. I know when I was a teenager, we would just sit out there and shoot baskets, but I'm really excited about the basketball hoops. This is something I'm really proud of. Our Commons Director has been working very, very diligently in terms of emergency preparedness. And we also have a very active committee, Emergency Preparedness Committee. And a number of weeks ago, we actually did a exercise in terms of if there was a disaster, because we want to iron out the kinks before there's a disaster, and participated in it. But it was really interesting to see, do we have enough outlets? Where do people sign in? What do we do if they bring animals? I mean, there's a lot of questions to have. Those south of the bridge will be gone. How do we handle that? So I'm really excited, and I'm really want you all to know that that is something that I think we needed. I think it's getting done. And certainly we can always use more help. I don't know if they need more people in the Emergency Preparedness Committee, but when and if it happens, we're going to need a lot of people to be there to help everyone out. In terms of the Commons, also the sound and lights logistics, everything's here and been set up. They used it for the Celtic Art Festival. Now let's talk about Public Works. I really have little to say because when I looked at what Public Works does, there was like 4 pages of it. What they do is amazing. I mean, they really are the unsung heroes as far as I'm concerned in this community. I mean, if something goes wrong, then people are right there and there. If they don't do anything wrong, we hear, or if they do things wrong, we hear about it. But what they do is phenomenal. I know when I walk the dog, they're there at the crack of dawn. But I've seen them at night out there fixing something that needed to be fixed. So I would ask everyone to just understand these people work really all day really hard, and sometimes they're here at night and they take care of us, but you don't see it until it breaks. And then they try and get there the fastest they can to get it fixed. So our Public Works people, they have their plate full, is all I can say. The cities of Yachats and Walpert have been sharing a full-time sheriff deputy. You've probably seen him. I know I see him early in the morning out, and what he does is he does run-throughs of the neighborhoods just to look around and see what's going on. And he sometimes does that early in the morning or before he leaves. Certainly, he's really been stopping a lot of speeders. He also does welfare checks, and I think that's good if you're ever concerned about someone, you haven't seen him for a while, you don't know where there are illegal parking. He's dealt with where there's some illegal parking, where we've had people camping where they shouldn't be camping. He's dealt with that. So again, he's really competent, and I think wants to do anything he can to make the city safer. So that's money well spent. We discussed a city public arts ordinance. We have goals. In fact, if you go online with the City Council website, you can read what our goals are. And one of them had to do with public art. And so we are starting a public art initiative, and we are writing the ordinance of it. In fact, it's pretty much done. And this is a program where once a year there will be put out a call for art, a public art piece. It could be a sculpture, there could be a mural. I mean, there's a number of things that could be done. We will have people from the business community, citizens, a variety of people that will be on the panel that will judge and make the decision about which art project should be followed up on in that year. But I think that's going to be interesting. We have some of those already around the city. So I think that will be good for the visitors and actually good for us to get some of our artists to display what they do. If you go up and down the coast, you can see many of these cities have great murals and sculptures. I think the last thing I want to say, so there's a lot going on, but I think what's important to me is and we have a citizenship that I think is very engaged. In numerous ways you can contact us. You can, if we're dealing with an issue you're concerned about, you can send a letter, you can send an email, and you can come here. The second item on the agenda is public comments. You get 3 minutes, so you have to know exactly what you want to say, and you can come in person and tell us what it is you're thinking. I think when we know what our citizens are thinking, that helps us make better decisions, because we always have people that are against something and always have people that really support it. So again, I feel very privileged that I'm a city councilor, and all of us want to do our very best. Again, I'm appreciative to all of you who let us know what you think, but I will tell you, this city right now is the healthiest I've ever seen it. I think we have great city councilors, we have an incredible mayor, and we have a great city manager. So I think at least for me, I think this city is really, really at this point doing really, really well. Some of you may disagree, and I would like to hear what you think. But again, I think we have incredible citizens. You can't walk around this town without seeing someone you know, and especially if they have a dog. We know our dogs better than we know the people. Usually you know the name of the dog, but not the name of the person. But anyway, again, I'm humbled to be on the city council, and I thank you, those of you that take the time to watch this, for watching this. And please tell other people we want our viewership to go up. Have a good rest of your day, afternoon, or night, whatever it is that you are watching, whatever time zone you're in watching this. Thanks.